All right, we are live, back at it. Another risk free-for-all session, random lobby, no tournament rules. We have Minamoto, Macy, Ultimate, Dark Knight, Kenji, Wombat, Deerikin's in here. We got King in here. Should be a good lobby. Lots of drama and intrigue. Lots of players who, let's just say they're interesting people in the community. Oh, we already have a pauser. Not good. Hopefully we don't have someone ruining this game from the start. Waited this whole time to get a full house here. Alright. I forfeit. And focus on the cast. Here we go. Let's see what we got going on. So purple kind of knows what they're doing. Probably overspent here for the expansion, but that might be nice. Oh, emerald building from the top base. Not a good play. Light blue definitely knows what he's doing here. Gray, one base down here. He's going to try to hold this off from teal while expanding into Serbia. And it does look like Lav actually might have lost someone here. Maybe not. If he can get Slovakia, that'd be a great play from him. And Cole doing a good job down here with his expansion. Yellow looks like he's going to be fine up here, but he is going to have to contend with Maroon. And if I was Yellow, I would definitely pull back this. You don't want to give Maroon that base. Let's see what he does here. Ooh, Maroon's actually getting hit by the tower. Oh, yes. Good job, Yellow. Good job. I think it was a little too late, though. He's still going to lose this guy. It's going to be close. Oh, the snipe. That will be an interesting battle going forward. Turquoise is not going to get Greenland for free, but we will check back on that. And so Teal tried this, and he actually did get Albania while Gray got Serbia. And Brown is over here. Gray's going to go into Romania now. Let's check back in the mid-east. So Emerald is still struggling with this. That's what happens when you try to take that top base, or push from the top base down there. Light blue. Ooh, did lose one guy, but should be able to get that. Purple is going to be expanding up here. It might be interesting if he goes into Turkey. And probably a good play from Teal, although he did lose a guy there. But if he can, like, he can start pushing up while Gray expands elsewhere. That would be best for both of them. Gray looks like he isn't going to let that happen, though. And Brown has a lot of troops made. He really needs to just pump someone, I feel like. And this is really bad for Yellow. This is why it was so important to hold that top base. Although Maroon... Oh, and Yellow built a Roar. That's way too early to build a Roar. But Maroon made a horrible play just charging that base right there. So it looks like Cole did kill Orange for that fight in Africa. I got STF'd U'd. I don't know why. Green, let's see. Green's gonna have Spain, and he's actually pushing into France, and he knows how to do these one-mans. He's expanding very efficiently, and it will be interesting if Cole wants to tussle with him or not. He actually, Green now could take this and these as well. Lav's coming into Germany, but he's gonna have a big player underneath him sometime soon. Oh, Teal's kind of surrounded. Teal really in a bad spot with Brown holding this. Oh yeah, Teal's in trouble. And Gray and Brown maybe make a mini alliance here and figure this out and get Teal out of the picture. Turquoise actually did take Greenland fairly easily, and this is beautiful when you're the Greenland player. Having Yellow and Maroon fighting over these islands down here while you continue to expand. This is going to be a great setup, and he does have a great chance here to actually take them both out. And Emerald's trying to snipe a base in Israel with the mortar play. We call that the mortar snipe. That's not going to work out for him. He does have a lot of gold that he can focus down here, but Light Blue with 15 income. If Light Blue is a decent player, this isn't going to last long for Emerald. And I really like this from Purple. He knows you can't push down into this. You cannot push down at all into that. So he's going up into Russia, taking that income and expanding into Russia. No one has a great claim on Russia yet, but Mint is pushing from Ukraine and Belarus, so he's going to have Central, and we might actually have those two players fighting. Back down here, I think we're kind of in a stalemate situation. Brown can't do much. Teal is just being annoying down here, and Gray, I think, just kind of making sure Teal doesn't expand anymore. Turk is trying to piece with Lav, which I do think Turk is then going to hit these guys. So we'll see how good of a player Turk is and what route he takes for that expansion. Let's see. So green did get this over here, and I feel like a green coal fight is going to happen. Unless Cole expands elsewhere, Cole might maybe try to pick off some of the small players here. This is definitely a good play from Lav. So you don't want the Scandy player over you. Like if you're in this Germany position, pushing up into Scandy is like the best thing you can do because you can't push down. You're not going to be able to push to the west. Although here we go. This is why he's in such a bad spot though. Green is going to be able to do a really good push here. And Green's actually teaming him. I don't even know if Green knows he's teaming him. But yeah, I think we're going to see the end of Lav. Lav is actually, he's sitting at 30 income. So Green is really hitting him at the right time. Like you would think people would be scared of him, but Green has some balls on him, man. They're hanging real low right now too. We'll see, he's actually not spending enough. And I thought Green might have been a good player with how he took France, but he's not even using any of his spawns. And he should be winning this fight very easily because of the way that you can push into here. Back in Russia, so Peanut is gone. Mint basically finished him off. He realized he doesn't have a chance. Purple did take Turkey and kind of stopped there. And yeah, I mean, obviously Mint, Lav is going to be chill with you because Lav is currently fighting Green. And he was the one to hit Violet. Violet, though, isn't really pushing on here. I might have missed chat, but Violet looks like he's actually moving back up. And maybe they pieced for the Baltic states. And this would be really bad for Green because if Lav can full spend here and focus on this specific spot, I don't think Green's going to be able to handle it based just on income. Although Lav does have a lot of units he still could be using there. Ooh. So Gray, I don't know if he transported from this or how he got this base down here, but he's actually going to be pushing up. And this is beautiful. So Brown and Turk actually... Oh no, see, Brown was running from Teal, not Turk. Brown was running from Teal. Brown and Teal don't like each other, and Brown's just happy that Teal is going to die. Even if Brown dies, Teal's dying as well, right? That's all that matters to him. And, alright, so Turk just kind of saved up for the SS, which is probably the smart play. That's going to be the easiest way to take this without having too many losses. But if these guys are smart, they might be able to just peace out and double team him and make life really difficult for Turk. And so Cole pushing up into Italy. Red's just hanging on for life, man. Red had these islands down here, and he's just trying to hold on. So he might be retreating back to his little country here in Slovenia. And Pink is actually still alive, being left alone for the time being. We'll see how long that lasts. But Gray completely encircling Teal. Teal with the roar, but that's not going to matter here. You are trapped, buddy, and there is nowhere to run. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, guys. So I'm pretty sure he was able to piece, Lav was able to piece Violet, and Green was not expecting that to happen at all. Ooh, don't lose your war to that tower. But yeah, Lav was able to full spend and focus on Green. Like he would not have been able to fight both wars, but because Violet pieced out, took the coward's way out, I would say. I mean, maybe Violet didn't even realize he was getting helped by Green. I don't think Green had been using the chat. It was a ballsy play for Green to hit him. Oh, and so Yellow's getting these transports sniped. Maroon's just trying to run now. There's nothing you can do with an SS and troops coming up from the south. Yeah, you just got to get out of there. And Cole coming in last second, but I don't think Lav lets this happen. If I'm Lav, I don't let Cole take this. He's going to try to take this free land. Teal was Wombat. All right, so Wombat out of the game. He did make it to turn 9. That's a pretty good game for Wombat. He's got to be happy with himself there. Love you, Wombat. I'm just joking, buddy. We'll see what happens here with Lav and with Cole. Brown is being left alone. Mint, I think, let Brown live there. And if you recall, Brown actually was the guy that owned Macedonia and was fighting Wombat that whole time. So it looks like he gets to live on and his nemesis dies. And Purple, oh no, I'm so glad I saw this, but also at the same time, oof. Purple tries to hit Light Blue. He gets double transport dropped, I believe. Light Blue and Orange coming in, and they are just wrecking that SS. And now Purple, like that's like 2 turns of gold being saved, and he's going to get hit from the south here. He does have another SS. He full spent into Navy, and I don't think that's a good play now, especially after losing that SS. He's not going to be able to fight this, and Orange is just looking to help his master. Orange is now pirate status to Light Blue, and I think he definitely deserves some land for that drop and that help there. Oh yeah, see, he doesn't have the second SS to even help here. Even though he out incomes light blue, like that losing that SS was just a huge game changer. So pink is running, he's migrating, and yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So actually, green might make an ally with Cole out of this, just in the sole sense that they want to take some of these lands. But look at the income here. I think lavender is going to be able to hold on. Um, and yeah, there's no way Cole can afford an SS, and Lav is in a great spot if he wraps up this western side. I'm really shocked, but yellow and maroon are holding on a lot better than I thought that they would. Turk is kind of slowing down here, and even with the SS, he's actually got a negative kill death ratio. He should be able to hit almost any of these things, any of these units with his SS, and he's just not doing a good job. I don't think he can fight on two fronts. He's getting his income cut. That is rough. And Violet took the time with the piece to capture Novaya. Back over here, so I should have probably looked, but I'm pretty sure Purple's SS is gone. Look at the kill death. Purple has lost his SS, and Orange is gonna full spend into him here. And I don't think Light Blue isn't gonna be able to help too much until he gets this, I think. We'll see how much gold Purple has. If he can hold the city, he'll be in a good place. He is being able to pump out enough, but at the same time, he's gonna lose this. And I do think that we're gonna see the death of Purple unless someone comes to his aid. Like we have Gray. Gray is moving all of his units to the south, and maybe if you're Gray, you realize like if Light Blue consolidates this area, you're next. And he has an ally, right? Like you could make really good friends with Purple by helping him out down here. Because being in the grease, oh no, Bio Benji, he doesn't even have the fight in him. He leaves. He throws in the towel. Oh, premature towel throwing in because that is still so much land that he had. Now Brown is going to take advantage. He's going to grow a little bit, and we'll see what happens with the land. Who ends up getting what? And that is Cole's opportunity gone there. Now this is crazy. Lav actually getting pushed back by Cole. Maybe I mean, the income was France, right? That was 8 income, so he was up in the 40s. And now he is just getting pushed back. Green does hang on, so Cole does let Green live, which is a smart move. And actually, if you're Green, maybe you start hitting some ports and really distracting him. In the meantime, Red hangs on. Pink and Red are having a war across Cole's lands. That's hilarious. And Violet's actually helping this alliance of yellow and maroon against Turk. Very interesting by Violet. And I noticed too, blue is kind of just sitting on Violet's eastern border. Wow, so did Lav lose his SS? I'm thinking like somehow, like maybe it was a transport drop and you got the blind caster issues. That's what you all get for watching my videos. But I'm pretty sure Lav, he lost his SS, and that was probably a game changer right there. I thought that he should have had naval superiority. But Cole is just right. Yeah, here, this is what I said. Green should just be annoying. Just get transport drop, transport drop, transport drop. Well, maybe not that one, because that has some good units on it. And so the dispersion of land. Oh, Cole did hit light blue, so he's still going ahead with the invasion of Egypt, even though his potential ally is out of the game. So brown gets this, orange is going to run away, mint's going to get this, light blue gets everything else. But light blue is going to have to contest gray now. Gray's pushing from a worse position, but light blue's SS are weak. Gray really smart making this B-ship here to snipe down this one. Oh, the money! Oh, cha-ching, cha-ching! Light blue is rolling in the cash right now. Holy moly! I did not expect 2 SSs to be pumped out by light blue. He was just sitting on some bank. Oh, this transport drop should not have worked. Oh, light blue. The reverse cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh, 2 SS from gray. How does this happen? Light blue should not have given up this port. There was like 4 guys that were dropped, and the SS or the transport was so weak it could have been sniped by SS. Oh, that was a reversal right there. That could have been so good for light blue, but it turned out so bad. And now gray is just drooling. Oh my goodness, he is so happy right now. Gray and orange, or no, orange and light blue are definitely struggling now. Orange is probably going to die here unless he can get this guy far away. So green, he forfeited. Bad team forfeited, but he did have a chance in this game. I don't really like the forfeit here. I really wish that he would have stayed in the game. Just to help Cole out, you know? But, I mean, Cole doesn't really need his help at the moment. Look at that. Cole basically got the whole of Western Europe. He has all of Western Europe now consolidated, and he earned it. It was a hard-earned victory over Lavender, who out-incomed him big time. And this crazy shenanigans over here. So Violet is just helping the small guys. Um, Violet over here is trying to finish off Turk. And Maroon and Yellow fighting early on, but now look at this. It's the United Kingdom, all three nations different, but they're all under one alliance. I love that. Pink and Red had to cease their war because I think they finally realized there's no chance for either of them to take each other's lands. And so Light Blue, he ran his SS, which is smart. I feel like you have to run your SS in this situation. You almost, at this point, I mean, I guess you can keep spending on land just to make their lives difficult. Orange is really loyal. Like, Orange is helping you out as much as he can, but it's just not going to be enough. And, okay, I thought for a second we might have seen Mint trying to push in here, but I think Moldova was given to him, or he just took it just for whatever reason. He just wanted it. And then Brown. So Brown with some knights, and he's going to try to pick off some land, it looks like. Yeah, it's tough for Gray to push this, but at the same time, like, the income gap, the SS, out-SSing them, he really should try to finish off Gray. Yeah, or sorry, he should try to finish off Orange, and it looks like Cole is letting Orange take Malta, but I don't know if I'm Gray, I mean, I finish him off here, like, you're kind of trapped on this island then, if that's the case, right? And Brown rushing in, hitting Light Blue when he's down. Light Blue is down right now, and he's getting kicked over and over. And Pink, someone tell me, how did he get Cyprus? Oh, I need comments. I missed this. What the heck? All right, so Brown is actually kind of getting to become a bigger pirate. His lands are all split, but it's fun to watch them grow like that. Your little children just growing up. And this looks intentional. So Lav with the failed invasion of Western Europe, and now he needs to inspire his citizens that he is still the leader for his country and that he is a strong leader, and he needs victories under his belt. Problem is, I think Violet is now in a position where he can defend this. He was not in a position last time to be able to do so, but with 3 SS and how much land he has now, I don't think Lav is going to be in for a fun ride. We might see some revolutions happening and Lav being torn apart because I just don't think he's going to have the money to make 3 SS. He has 497 kills and 444 deaths, and that is by far and away the most for each of those categories. And that just means he's been spending a lot. And I guess we'll find out here. So Pink does live on. He loses Switzerland, but he lives on here. Brown, probably not going to expand anymore into light blue. If you're Brown, I think maybe you're just happy if you can get Turkey out of the situation. And we do kind of have a stalemate. Gray is Gray's idle. AFK, it looks like. Unless he's been talking in chat. There's so much chat going on. Yeah, I mean, he's not moving, and he's just kind of sitting still for the time being. And, all right, let's see. So, Turk has West Greenland still, and Maroon has Disco Bay, and Violet has these two, and Lav is Appearance Foul, and Novaya is by, like, all the island situations are just messy as heck. And it looks like, is Yellow going to help? Yellow may help here. We'll see, though, I guess. We'll see. Brown coming over here, continuing to hit the Turkey area. Gray kind of just sitting at the moment. Oh, no, I lied. Okay, we do have a Gray push in Egypt. Maybe move your SS and support that. I don't know why he's not... Okay, now he's moving those SS. Good job, Gray. Gray knows what he's doing. He doesn't need me backseat driving. Yellow is, I believe, supporting Violet. In the weirdest way, though. They're hitting each other. So... Not sure what kind of support that is. And I think that we're going to have a little land trade. So Mint is going to get some of these lands up here. I saw them talking about swapping. Mint's, thank you. What a gentlemanly business decision on your part, Blue. You will not regret this. Like, so professional and proper. And this is what I was saying. Like, if you're Gray, you should have finished off Malta. Like, you had him trapped here. He unloaded all of his transports. If he sniped the port, he'd have nothing and nowhere to go. Orange is just going to be super annoying. And now that he has all of Egypt, cutting this and pushing up into here should be a lot easier. Jordan's always a really rough spot to push, but it's not as bad if you have the patience to cut all the trees. So we'll just see if anyone takes his attention elsewhere. Maroon finally has the stomach to finish off Turquoise in West Greenland, and Turquoise has nowhere to run, so I guess we're going to see who Turquoise was. And it looks like Violet's actually in a nice spot. Violet has a lot of SS. He's got some loyal island buddies for right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, and now it's the caster's curse. Oh no! Not only is Mint attacking him, but his buddy Macy Maybe forfeits, so he loses an ally there, and he's getting swarmed. And Jazarn, I've never actually heard of Jazarn, but he got put in a really bad spot early on. So good game, well played. Mint, though, taking full advantage of this situation. And the trade-off here was so weird. So Mint's lands are now split because they traded Russia for all of this. But, like, how is Mint going to contest or take Norway? He might be able to take Sweden just by the land bridges, but even then, like, you still have, like, Denmark. Like, this is going to be very bizarre. We'll keep watching that. It looks like a huge fight's going down here. And Cole. So Cole just wanted to kill off some small players. Cole has vibes of Minamoto. He doesn't like, although he did let Orange live, and he usually doesn't let people live. He doesn't like the pirates, so we'll keep guessing on who Cole may be. Cole's definitely a good player, though. And Gray getting fully encircled here. Oh man, I might have been wrong about pushing into this. I mean, the thing is though, like if he knows, he can put SS here, take this base, and if he has some units, he'll have the top base as well. So then instead of it being like a full circle, he can actually push this base from the bottom and the top, and then he is the one doing the encircling. Oh, Light Blue is doing his best to hold on. I think Light Blue is going to run out of juice though before Gray does. Light Blue has almost nothing left. And Orange really just trapped himself here. So Gray right-clicked. He shouldn't have right-clicked that, but Orange is now trapped in here. It would be funny, though, if an SS... Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I was thinking maybe an SS gets trapped, but it does not look like that's the case. And just a reminder, like, Light Blue still has these SS over there. So even if he loses this war, which I think is going to be inevitable at this point, he will still be alive, and possibly someone takes him in. And this is unfortunate for Brown, so the blue mint trade deal backfires in Brown's face, and now Blue is taking his chance at expanding easily, just like Brown did against Light Blue. Cole amassing troops here, not making a move, very interesting. He did give this to Lav here. Lav looks like he finally pieced out with Violet, realizing that Violet has too many SS to contend with at the moment. And I can't tell, but maybe Mint and Violet made peace? No, I don't think so. So we might have a huge SS battle. Turn 22 and we're already looking at like 7 versus 8 or 8 versus 8 over here. I'll come back to that in a second. It does look like Brown is going to be defending down here in Volga. So gonna hold on to what he can, his last Russian provinces. Blue pumping out tanks. Ooh. Blue has pretty much every unit here except for mortars. Really could love to see some mortars. And Brown realizes, all right, nope, not worth it. We're just running. Good play by Brown, just to run. And this fight just going on. But hey, look, this did happen. He did take the Lebanon. I don't know if he did it the way I said or if he took it from the hard way, but regardless, the outcome is the same. And Orange is persistent. Orange is a very persistent player, and he is trying his best to help his dead ally. He's not going to give up. He's not like Purple. He's not going to throw in the towel like 10 turns too soon. He is a fighter, and I love that about Orange. So really rooting for Orange right now. He's my underdog that I just want to like succeed in this game. And you know it might work out for him because he has a master, and his master is a rumbling and a rolling. His master is coming now to hit Gray. And Gray is not ready for this because Gray has not finished this fight against Light Blue. And I think Light Blue, with Cole's help now, I think Light Blue actually holds on. Light Blue should be able to hold on long enough because what's going to happen is Cole's going to have to direct all of his attention, his SS micro, all of his units are going to have to be directed to fight this. And Gray hasn't moved a muscle. He might have finally just started moving these guys. Oh, and he's moving them in the worst way, but that's okay. I would be so flustered right now, too, with everything going on. But Cole is just pumping out units, and he is going to have a great position on gray. The naval battle down here is going to be the deciding factor, but I think Cole has a lot more money than what he's showing right now. And if gray invests any more into SS, he is going to lose it all. And what did I tell you? Light blue is going to have his opportunity to push back. I don't think gray defends this anymore. And gray is trying to make peace with Cole. He's trying to say, hey, take Europe for peace. I don't think that's going to work, buddy. Oh, it does work. Okay, so maybe, I don't know why Cole accepts this. Maybe he just gets the free land and he's happy with that. But then I guess Gray can go back to fighting light blue, and this fight now becomes a lot more equal. I say equal though, but Gray's up with 4 SS, so maybe not equal. Equal's not the word. But Cole, I mean, barely invested anything to get all of this land, and he's in a really great position now. So Maroon does take Macy's Scotland here. Violet and Maroon seem to have very friendly, are on very friendly terms. And this is interesting. I don't know what's going on here, if they're still fighting, or maybe he's just taking that. Who knows? This battle was wrapped up, and Mint is now just out of nowhere hitting Cole, and he's hitting from a really bad spot. Like, please don't push into Serbia. Like, Romania is enough, right? I he needs more people to be fighting Cole. He can't be the only one fighting Cole, but he is a brave man. This is reminding me of was it Green? Bad Team? He's reminding me of the balls that Bad Team had. And we'll see how that works out. It didn't work out for Bad Team, but we did appreciate the attempt. And I guess we'll find out if it works out for Mint. Oh, poor Light Blue. So Light Blue is going to get devoured. What a roller coaster of emotions for Light Blue. You feel like you have a chance, you're winning, you're pushing back, you're reconquering your lands. Cole's coming in to save the day, and then Cole pieces, and then Gray keeps pushing you, and then Brown hits you. Oh, sad day for Light Blue, and this is cut too, so yeah, Light Blue's dead. Now this is a monster fight, and Cole is smart to pull back, because he's mostly going to have these 3 towers, sometimes even 4 towers in defense. And look, he has the circle over Mint. Oh, the Knights. Oh, if he snipes this and he gets behind the line too, but Mint did recognize it, he just has to make sure he builds enough units there. This is quite an interesting battle. Cole, I think, has a lot more money than Mint does, though. Not sure how much Mint spent up there in Sweden. And Mint does lose that base. You have to full retreat out of Romania. This is a full-scale retreat. Every man for themselves. Run, run, run. You're getting sniped to death. Oh, make it, little men. Make it. Yeah. All right, now you're going to be the defender in this war. So we'll see, I guess, if Cole continues to push on or if he's just going to stay. We'll see. And Brown wants to know if Light Blue's going to get finished off or if Brown should do the finishing. And Gray said, I've had enough fighting. I've spent enough money. You can finish him off. So we'll see if Brown does finish him off. Violet. Wow. Violet invading blue. You would think Violet would hold animosity to Mint, but no, just bypasses Sweden, which was once his, and said, I don't need to reclaim that. I'm going for blue now. And these SS are not going to be useful in this Russia fight. If blue is smart, he can make a really bad land battle out of this. He needs to move all these troops over here and just make it a grind for Violet. Unless Violet's going to stop here, which again, this game has been showing us that is a real possibility. Random decision making all around, or just the caster missing the chat here. Orange is still hitting. So Mint actually, Pink hit here just to live, right? And Pink is now running with an SS from, he has Cyprus though, so I don't know what Pink is doing. And Orange is just being so weird as well. He's just being annoying, right? And now Cole is bringing his SS. I wonder, is Cole going for Pink? Maybe Cole's just trying to finish off the smaller players. Although I don't think he would have let that SS live, right? Oh, and see, poor Light Blue, like, non-stop fighting for Light Blue. If I'm Light Blue, I'm really sad. This is not the way you wanted to go out. He had a really good fight early on. Him and Orange had a great alliance. He still has a great alliance with Orange. Orange is still doing his thing, right? But, yeah, he's dead. And, yeah, Cole going for the snipe here, although Pink does get his SS free. And he has this, whatever this may be, that might be worth Armenia. We'll find out. Cole just sniping some of the smaller players. And, yeah, so Violet just takes some of these and then he backs off. And Mint, he spent so much on SS and they just kind of stalemated. So these SS are worthless, especially since you hit Cole. Mint's in a really bad spot. Like, he made SS and he only has one island. Like, yeah, he has this stuff, but his SS aren't even in here to exert their influence, right? Like, this was probably the worst play that Mint could have made. And then hitting Cole on top of that and making an enemy out of him. And I can't tell if Cole is still... Yeah, Cole is actually... So he's going against the pact that they had. They had a pact, he gets Europe, but no, now Cole is just like, I'm going to finish you off. Gray's caught off guard. He's like, dude, we had peace. What the heck? Light Blue is actually still alive. I forgot that he had these 3 SS, so he still has a chance, and Cole might let him live. We'll find out what Cole does. Cole, if he's smart, he doesn't let Gray go north. And Pink is just trying to get anything he can get. And it looks like, yeah, Brown gives him Georgia, calling it Geo. Didn't know that we short named Georgia. Thought that was a short enough name already, but that's okay. And yeah, so Brown has some weird borderland with Gray because of the killing off of Light Blue. Sitting at the income level, 23, so wow, yeah, not too many top-end players left with income. And Cole is just raking in cash right now, 20 extra income per turn compared to the next player. And the next player has a lot of that in SS that are useless in a fight against Cole. So Gray is trying to get people to help. He's trying to work some world stage diplomacy, trying to mastermind an alliance against Cole. And I don't think that's going to work. Cole has position on everybody. If anyone just tries to push into him, like, Cole's in their best spot. So, and no one's really moving. So we have Blue actually moving to Russia. And yeah, this could be a long fight. Gray will lose it eventually, but he could hold on for a little bit longer. He has a lot of units. They're getting hit here. Like, this is just rough to be in Gray's position. Mint is saying that you can have Sweden back. I don't know what he's planning to do. Maybe he's he might be planning to hit Lavender, or he's just going, like, because if he's saying you can have Sweden back, you would put all your troops here, right? Blue's actually going to get Finland back, I guess. And I don't know what's going to happen with Mint. So, Mint, I mean, the only thing I can think of is him thinking he can hit Lavender. But Violet will probably get his land back then. And Blue and Mint are just exchanging lands back and forth. The business deal going strong there. Gray does get to escape because this wasn't blocked off. It's not the end of the world for Cole. I mean, he goes up here and joins this mess of an island situation. And so Cole does get the rest of Gray's lands in the Mideast. He will need these as well. He'll probably ask Brown to take it, or he'll just run some people right by and take it. I'm surprised, though. So Cole is actually going to let Light Blue and Orange live. He did save both of them in a sense. So they were both allies against Gray, and he did save them. So yeah, and then Orange is going to hit Brown. Brown is actually... I think Brown is hitting Cole. And so Cole is going to send his fleet here. But Brown is hitting Cole a little too late, and he does not have enough manpower for this. He doesn't have the fleet to support it. He doesn't have the position to support it. Cole already has this. Cole can easily come and push this. So Brown pushing way too late to help Gray out. And Gray coming up here trying to become a pirate. And yeah, Brown's like, hey, the man's got 70 income, y'all. We'll see if it works this time. So Gray tried to finagle his way into a European alliance, a coalition against Cole. Ooh, I like that, coalition against Cole. And Brown is trying to do the same. And Cole is just saying, hey, look, they're hitting me. I didn't hit them, they're hitting me. I didn't want to take their land. I wasn't interested in their land. They are just attacking me. So now I guess you're forcing my hand. I just gotta take your land. Gobble, gobble. Like, I love that. I love that from Cole. I didn't want this land. I'm just gonna take this land. All right. So, man, I think all the weirdness happening is he is trying to prove me wrong. He's like, "Oh, Caster, Kev the Redbeard, you think that my SS are worthless, eh? You think I can't do nothing with my SS against Cole, eh? Well, he is about to prove us wrong. No, he's not going for any Baltic play. He is setting up a naval invasion of Cole. And this is going to end terribly for Mint. The only way that this succeeds is if he's able to take this stuff down here. And I have the feeling that Mint's the kind of guy that's going to push this port. So we'll find out what his strategy looks like. If he pushes this port here, though, he is a dead man. Orange actually getting some land out of this deal, so Orange making off pretty good. Brown holding on for dear life. And Pink, I forgot, Pink ran away from Cole initially, but he's going to try to help Brown. Look at this. I love all the small guys this game have really been persistent and faithful. They've been very faithful in their roles and trying to help. And Light Blue being the pirate that he... See, I think Cole has some really good pirates. Light Blue's actually going to help here. He's going to fire upon them. Light Blue, all the way down here, is helping his pirate Cole all the way up here. And this is what I was saying, man. Like, Mint pushing this right here is just a bloodbath for Mint. You're literally surrounded. You can't push up into this from this port. And not to mention, you don't even have your fleet supporting you here. So I think... I don't know what all this is about. Maybe this was given to Gray and Mint actually accidentally got pulled here. Brown with some tank. Brown spending a bunch down here. He finally spent his money. He didn't spend for the longest time. And yeah, Cole's saying go, Orange, go. So I think Cole's going to give up this entire fight and leave it in Orange's hands to continue because he knows, yeah, he is about to face the coalition. Oh, Brown, Gray, their diplomacy worked. We have tanks, we have infantry, we have artillery. The coalition has arrived. We have Navy. Horrible spot for the Navy, but we still have it. Oh, the coalition. Bum, 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 bum. Here comes the coalition. Can Cole fight off this insane coalition? He has gray, or no, he has orange. He has light blue. But is that going to be enough? Violet's tanks are rolling on in. Mint is just holding on. Mint is taking up a lot. Oh, and we're going to have some bases sniped. The front lines are vulnerable now. Cole is going to get surrounded on the front there. Orange is definitely taking over this ward, which is huge for Cole. Cole cannot focus on another spot. He actually kind of needs to reposition these SS because even Maroon is coming. Now, I don't know who Maroon is going to choose. Does he choose the winning side? Because I think the winning side right now is Mint, Lav, and Brown. I think if you're Maroon, yeah, he's going to go for Africa. He's going to go for Africa. Orange, no. Orange is actually trying to piece Brown, and this could be really bad for Cole. Brown says no! The coalition! The coalition prevails. Brown, what a loyalist, what a fighter. No, you rat with Cole, you die. Anyone that's allied with Cole dies. Oh my gosh, the tanks just massacring. Just boom, driving right on through France. All right, yeah, so Cole did spend a lot here, but it's mostly infantry. He's going to have a lot of unit lag, and Mint just needs to pull back and do some defense here. The problem with Cole having to fight on all these fronts, like, he's not going to be able to move a lot of his units when he pumps out this much infantry. This is the really hard situation that he's in. So Light Blue trying his best to help out down here. Brown says, no, you don't get to piece me, Orange. Great call by Brown pushing on. Maroon taking free shots in Africa, and if Africa isn't defended, like, this is a really strong spot for Cole to, like, turtle up in, because he doesn't have the Mideast to turtle up in anymore, but he's not even going to have that option now, because Maroon's taking it for free. Oh, I lied. Cole is spending, but Maroon is going to spend a lot more down there. There's no way that Cole continues to keep pumping from these barracks, and as you can see, he stops there, right? While Maroon can solely focus on that. And we have the tank army. They're just driving on by. They easily conquered France, and now look at this. They get Spain. Gray back in the game. He has Denmark, and now he's going to have Portugal. And Mint moving all of his SS. So Violet and Blue. I don't know who hit who, but this is a crazy battle over here. Cole is going to stall out over here, I think, if he keeps pushing from that direction. So he isn't actually doing that. Oh, there's just so much action on the map right now. I really want to know where these SS are going, but at the same time, we need to see what else is happening around the map. So Maroon is now going to have all of Africa. Gray is still alive. Lav gets France and Spain finally. If you remember, he tried to get those from, like, the early turns. And Mint is, I don't know if he's supporting his ally or if he's, yes, because it's his business partner. Yes, it's his business partner. So Violet claims that Blue attacked him, but Violet's the one wrecking Blue. But Mint can't have his business partner, his trade monger. He can't have that guy dying. He needs to make the deals. Without Blue, there's no trades. So Mint coming in to save his trade partner. Smart move by Violet to run the army away from the water. But, oh, it's going to be trapped regardless because Mint's coming in with infantry from behind. These tanks are swarmed down right now. Cole looks like the coalition has kind of cooled off, and he's actually now trying to finish off Maroon while everyone else is busy. So Mint's distracted now. Lav kind of stopped moving. He's not helping Maroon out. Maroon needs to be communicating in chat and tell Lav to help out. And Violet is just looking for an escape. Violet needs an escape route. Maybe he gets his SS here and he holds this port. Blue is just pumping out some Marines over there. And Mint's taking his SS and he's going to go all the way back around. This fight has been going on for a while, back and forth there. Pink is still alive. Pink's holding on. Light Blue is, I think, fighting or trying to help Orange. So they've been very tight all game, like brothers almost. And I think Lav gave this to Cole, or to Gray, sorry. The Gray and Cole thing keeps messing me up. Maroon actually doing a good job here. I'm surprised Cole isn't spending more in Africa to retake it, but he might be distracted with managing some SS micro. Yeah, he's trying to take ports here, and he's trying to chase down that there. Yeah, so Light Blue is really buddy-buddy. Like, they're basically brothers at this point. Like, I don't know who these names are, but after the game, like, they need to, like, message each other on Discord, and they need to take a DNA test, because I believe that they are brothers. Violet does escape. He ran his tanks here. There's a lot of injured ones, but I don't know. I think he was trying to do like some kind of crazy like last ditch transport exit, but yeah, he just ran it back to his lands here, which is the smarter play. And I think Mint's gonna continue on to Violet. And this could be a good battle. Violet is in a really bad spot though. If he has to fight Blue and Mint, he's gonna be a dead man. But we do have Lav repositioning his tanks. And look how healthy these tanks are. And here they come. They're going to roll on in. Here we go. Tanks in to Mint. So Lav is going to help Violet against Mint. And then this is just crazy because so many flip-flops and switches. Like, I'm pretty sure Lav fought both of these people earlier in the game. Like, he had fights multiple times with Violet. But no, now he's going to be Violet's savior. So Violet just needs to hang on long enough for this to actually work. Brown and Orange, I think, kind of cooled off. I think once Brown recognized that the coalition died off, and this is why you can never kill off a coalition. When you start a coalition, you gotta finish what you started. Because now Cole is going to... He just says he's gonna sit on these ports. I think Cole is obviously... Yeah, look at him raging in chat. He is gonna hold grudges hardcore against these guys, and this is what happens. King Leonidas was Lav or Violet, and he didn't. He threw in the towel too early. He has all these SS. He still could have lived. Oh, he pulled a bio Benji, and that's saying something. Like he even had. Look at this. Like Lavender went out on a limb for him. Like look. Dang, Vio, I threw the game, or I throw it meant to save you, and you forfeit. Oh, King, I feel like you did that way too soon. So, you would have been saved. Lav definitely came to your rescue. You still had so many SS. He would have given you Sanctuary somewhere. But yeah, you just definitely forfeited way too soon. And, Pink is fighting Orange still, even though Brown's not. Brown and Pink are buddies, if you all recall. And Light Blue is still trying to help Orange, so we got the brothers versus brothers. But Brown, I think, has kind of stopped. He's just wanting to regain some of his income. Maroon does get Africa for peace, which is good for him. Maybe. We'll see what Cole decides to do. Cole actually looks like he might be able to get a nice feed on Violet's SS here, depending on where Violet clicked him. Really don't like that Violet forfeited that soon. Especially, like, look at this. Like, Lav just tanked his way through here for you. Went out on a limb to save you. And so Blue and Mint are still strong, but Blue isn't doing anything against Lav at the moment. So I know Violet had these originally and was hitting Blue, and Violet's the one that was fighting Blue. Blue doesn't have any reason to hit Lav, except for the fact that Mint's dying to him. So we'll see how good of a trade buddy Blue is with Mint. That's a lot of SS from light blue. And yeah, Pink maybe spent too much into SS here, and he's getting teamed, and Brown is not helping him out. You really want Brown to help you here. I would be communicating with Brown more. Okay, and as I speak, Brown starts roaring and sending these troops in, which is a good play from Brown. He needs to realize that orange and light blue must die if him and Pink are going to succeed. Can't tell if Cole was making troops here to be annoying and just hold this. He does seem very mad that he got teamed to death. Although you can't say to death, though, because he's still second on the leaderboard with 36 income. And he's been top of the leaderboard for a long time. And not to mention, he's getting fed right now. If any of you watched the previous video with the Hungry Hippo, well, that's Cole right here. And he is just eating his way to a nice kill death. That is delicious there. So Pink is actually, again, for like the second or third time this game, running from down here with an SS to the north. He had no choice because he was out SS down here. And so Cole is friends with Orange and Light Blue. In a sense, I'd say that Orange and Light Blue are Cole's pirates, and they're pretty loyal at that. If you're Cole, maybe you continue your fight against Brown. Brown is kind of the one who rallied all of Europe against you. So... And with your pirates this like set on beating him, oh no, see, I think this is the wrong play. Yeah, you don't want to hit Maroon and keep that fight going. I think you really want to wrap up the Mid-East and either you or your pirates own it. Like you maybe take most of it and then you can give like this northern stuff to like Orange maybe. But like if your pirates are this focused on helping you in the Mid-East, you help them out. Yeah, you don't want to keep spending here. Light blue, he's been trying to kill Brown. I don't think Cole recognizes, but Brown's at 22 income and light blue and orange combined are only at 14. So you need to help them, especially since Pink is helping. Pink has 6, so it's really like 28 against 14. And we'll see if Mint comes all the way back down to try to fight Cole again. Oh, I did forget, sorry, Mint and Lav were fighting. But he is just bypassing some of these lands from Lav. Blue actually gets all of this. Blue makes out. Maybe Blue's the master trader over here because he gets all this land for like basically nothing. All he did was fight Violet. He attacked Violet and he was losing and he ends up with all this because of the Lavender decision to kill Mint. Or I guess Mint hit Violet, Lavender hit Mint, Blue gets this. That's how those dominoes fall, I guess. Brown knows what he's doing as far as defense goes, being super annoying. This is smart with the artillery. SS ships take a lot of damage from artillery. You don't really need to keep taking this port. It's only going to give you 2 income. But yeah, this is going to be a hard fight for both sides. So I got to keep saying this. It's mostly for myself, but it's orange, light blue, and Cole now versus brown and pink. And I feel like if you're some of these other players, you got to stop this before this train gets going again. This is the whole reason you made a coalition to start with. This alliance is very strong. A lot of good players. If you look at the kill death, like I know Orange has been just doing a really good job with his role. Like look at this though, Brown, so he shouldn't have lost this, but he's doing so much damage to these SS. Actually, Brown might have lost quite a few of those. I thought he had more than 2. Oof, that's really bad, because they should be outranging the SS as well, right? Which I think that's the case. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Mint, I think Mint is just, he lost his land to Lav, but he is a guy that once you give him a mission, he is going to see it through to the end. And that mission was part of being in a coalition and killing Cole. He hit Cole originally in Romania, and he hit this thing in France, and now here he comes. So this alliance between the island nations and Mid-East to kill Central European alliance. This is so funny. Light blue. Oh, if you're brown, don't give up this. Brown might be focused elsewhere, though, and it looks like he is going to lose that. It's not the end of the world. He can still circle it, but this is really bad if he doesn't notice this at all. He could lose that whole... Although he is getting destroyed down here, Mint has to hurry and hurry fast. Pink is actually coming back with his SS as well. This is really big trouble for light blue and for orange. If you're light blue, you need to support Cole's SS here. And Brown is now recognizing this and pushing up. Brown really just needs to pull this back. He needs to just pull this back and hold this city. And this city, he needs to stay off of the coast, and he needs to wait for Mint to destroy the SS. Once Cole and Light Blue have no SS power, Brown has a chance again. But until that time, like, yeah, he's just losing so much. He's not making the right plays here. He shouldn't be pumping this port when there's 4 or 5 SS shooting at him. He can hold this city for a long time and just hold this and stay off. And so Pink is here to help. Light Blue is not. Light Blue is so tunnel focused right now on this fight. And Cole really needs Light Blue's SS. Pink actually making the wrong play here too. Although he would kind of just get in the way. He's already kind of getting in the way, like the tower hitting him isn't the best thing here. Taking that base was really big, and Cole is losing some SS now. Mint should stay in the fight. He should have just pulled one guy back. Oh man, no, this was a really good fight for Mint, but the second he retreated, it was bad. All he had to do was just pull that one ship back, and he would have been in a good spot. And what's Pink doing? Pink is not being a good ally here, and Mint is making some really bad plays. This is the only thing he's focused on, and he is not microing his SS well. He lost this SS here, and this one's super weak now as well, and he's getting a lot of free... Cole's getting so many free shots. Pink, however, is coming in from the backside and saving Brown, and Brown should be able to clear this up, which is really good for him. Back to this though, like you just saw another Mint SS gone, another Mint SS gone. Cole lost one, but he did pull back one, and I think Cole's winning in terms of the kill death, but I still think he's outnumbered. Like Mint, you're not even using all your SS here, and he's target firing and getting pulled a little bit. This one's gonna go down. He's not pulling back. This is really bothering me here. He actually had more SS than Cole. He's not using his healthy one. Cole's pulling back the injured ones. That's all you have to do in a fight like this. Like sometimes you're doing too much here. Cole's just doing the simple things right, and he's winning because of that. Like there's still a lot of SS here, but Cole's gonna get, oh, he could have got another one. Just pull the injured ones back. Yeah, so Mint just based on pure numbers. I think if there's an even fight, Cole wins. But he does have Light Blue, and if Light Blue finally recognizes that he can come in and save the day, they definitely outnumber Cole if they combine their army together. He just needs Light Blue to help. Everything else going on the map is pretty stale, so this is basically where the action is. Mint really needs his allies, so he needs Gray, he needs Pink, he needs any kind of help that he can get. He's going to actually run away, I believe, or maybe he's going to try to take something just to build some more SS. But yeah, Cole is kind of saved for now. This could have been disastrous for Cole. It still is a dangerous situation though, because Brown and Pink are allies and they're part of the coalition. But this coalition's a very loose coalition. Think NATO. Like, they kind of do what they want when it benefits them, and not all of them participate all at the same time. And Blue is coming in here. This is not going to be a great fight. Lav was trying to fluff Blue's feathers up and be like, oh, good job, Blue, you did so good. And Blue's like, dude, don't stroke my cock. Let me show you how it's done. I don't need any of this fluffing. So here he comes. Blue's pushing now onto Lav. And Lav did have a bunch of tanks from that Cole coalition. Still, I'll never get tired of saying Cole coalition. And Lav is actually wrecking. He's target firing these tanks, I believe. Blue's finally pulling back, but he did lose one, and now he has a lot of injured ones, and he's definitely out-tanked here. Taking that base is nice, but it doesn't matter in this case. Cole chasing down Mint. Really good play from Cole, I think. I think he's giving this to Orange so that Orange can continue to live. Light Blue still, it's like the problem with Pink and Brown is that Light Blue has so many SS. And he's just going to be able to keep being super annoying in the Mideast, even with him being out-incubed. And Cole is now saying, like, hey, Lav wins this game, guys. Like, you guys are too focused on me. Lav is going to win. I don't think that's the case. Lav has shown he's not the best player. He's definitely a good player, though. He's decent. I would say he's probably not the best player in the lobby. But, like, this right here, like, I can't click on things. I don't think he roars his tanks at all. And he doesn't have, like, a back. Like, they're just taking a bunch of damage. It would be nice if he had mortars and stuff behind, and I think he finally recognizes it. He is going to lose one before it's too late. He almost lost two there. But yeah, like, Blue and Lav seem pretty equal as far as like their fighting style goes. This is actually a really good play from Lav though. Building these Marines to hit the artillery line and forcing a full-scale retreat of the artillery takes them out of the fight there, and now he actually can surround. And Blue has a lot of weak tanks. He just lost one, he lost two. He has a lot that could be sniped here. Maroon! Oh, Maroon from Africa pushing up into Greece. Problem is, they just don't have naval power. Gray is going to try to see if he can do something about that. Mint running with his tail between his legs. He really needs to be down here. If him and Gray teamed up, they would have enough to handle this. I don't think that they have enough at the moment between Light Blue and Cole, and Maroon's push is going to get stalled out. Lav did end up with the surround taking that city, and now Blue is going to be running away. It was a really brave attempt again by Blue to even attempt, like to even try fighting Lav as top income. And Mint just wants action. Mint just wants to be in the scene. He wants to be talked about. I feel like he wants his 15 seconds of fame here, because whenever someone's getting hit, Mint is there to join in on it. And so here we go, talking about Mint again. He moves from his position down here, attacking and losing to Cole, and now he's going to try to see if he can attack and win against Lav. This whole play right here is really bad. He has a potential of losing both of those SS. I'll go back to that in a second. I do want to see if Blue can make it out of here with his tanks. I don't think that's the case, and I don't think Mint's paying attention down here. He is going to lose that because he's focused way too much up here. And, oh, this is going to be really bad. This could be bad for Pink, actually. Okay, I thought he was going to get dropped on. We've seen this quite a few times in some of the recent games. So it's not looking too bad for Pink, but if he loses one of these, it's because of a transport drop. So the tanks are retreating. Problem is, he doesn't have too much further to go. Lav actually made a cool play. He tried to snipe this base before Blue could make it there. But it's not really going to matter because Blue's kind of surrounded. If you haven't noticed, he's kind of lost all these lands as well. I think Mint did lose his SS down there. He has transports just dancing over there. This is really bad for Lav. You don't really just want to have artillery like this by itself. You could actually lose a lot here. Each one of these costs 15 gold. This is, yeah, he's building, yeah, pull back. He has a lot of unit lag though, because he has a lot of units moving. Oh, and Cole was Dark Knight. So Cole just says, look, I'm done with this. Dark Knight doesn't want to keep fighting this coalition. It's like nonstop action for him, but I think he still had a chance in this game. Maybe, actually, maybe not. Yeah, because look, Light Blue doesn't really have the support. Gray knocked out Orange and Light Blue. He knocked out the allies there. And look at that. Yeah, that's really sucks. And so then Orange forfeits. Minamoto can't even. He just left. So he was the rat this whole time. He was a pirate. And for a guy that hates pirate, he actually, the only reason he was in this game is the pirate status by Dark Knight. So yeah, like he was a loyal pirate though. He definitely did not rat Dark Knight. He tried his best here, but it looks like they just decided this is just too much. It was a lot of teaming against them. Light Blue is now left alone, like he's the last of the alliance over here. It really sucks for Light Blue that both of his allies get swarmed to death like this. I think that Cole had a chance, though, to actually save the game. If he would have helped, instead of continuing on against Maroon, like piecing Maroon, really just focusing on the Mideast against Brown and Pink with his allies, but he didn't make that decision, and I think that's what cost him the game. And props to Orange for being really loyal to the end. He did his best to help Dark Knight out as much as possible. So Lav is in a great position to win this now. If we're looking here, we got the city count at 93. You have to hold 130 cities, and by the end of the turn, if you hold 130 cities, you win. And right now, it's looking really good. Like, he has some naval superiority in the north. He's pushed back Mint. Mint has lost a lot of SS. Just from land stuff, just from artillery, I think. Like, we saw the 2 down here, and I guarantee he lost some more up here. Maroon just continues to push on from Cole into Ukraine here. And this is where I think if you're Lav, it's probably better to just hold these cities. It's not even worth your micro and the unit lag to come up here and try to take this stuff. So right now, you're kind of at a do or die situation with your Lav, and this is going to be crucial for him. He needs to go for the win here, because he out-incomes everyone so heavily, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Like, they barely have more income than him. I mean, they do have more income than him, but he needs to push and push hard, and he really should focus on just killing one person off if he can. And I guess I don't think he has that option, right? Because he doesn't have the SS to kill off Mint. Maroon is all over the map. He can't kill off Maroon. Gray, I think, is still friendly with you. Gray isn't even attacking you, and but Brown is. So Gray is actually just going for a nice feed here and trying to finish off Light Blue. Gray is really set on killing off that coalition. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Gray was the original person to be fighting light blue, so they have a history. That's where these storylines 58 turns in come back into play. They have a huge history in the Mideast, and they have resentment towards one another. And before Gray jumps into the game and gets involved in anything else, he is going to be sure that his enemy dies this time. There will be no more life given to light blue. And so here's what I mean, like I think he actually pulled all of his tanks back. So Lav, he did have a brief window here to shine, but I don't think he has, maybe he doesn't have the gold for it, or maybe he doesn't have the ability to micro all those different places. He is gonna just try to consolidate the areas that he has and just hold on. It doesn't look like he's gonna go for the win. And when you're back down to 78 cities, and the next 4 guys all have 30 plus, you definitely can't go for the win unless someone's helping you. And Brown helping out. So this is just a little scenario of the Mideast now happening in the Ukraine. We have Brown helping Gray out by massacring light blue. And we've seen this once, and now we've seen it twice. I don't think we're going to see it a third time, as I believe this is going to be the last hurrah for light blue. Pink holding on to quite a bit of land for being a guy who just wanted Geo and just holding Geo for a bit. So Pink doing a good job staying in the game. Brown running away with his knights, didn't have enough oomph there. Gray, sorry, should be pushing this. Gray should definitely continue to finish this off. He has the base, he can spam a lot easier, or just like take this base maybe. Looks like they might all, yeah, they're all gonna try to kill light blue. Light blue is officially surrounded. There's no escape. That is probably the end for him. And now Maroon coming in and hitting Lav while he sees an opportunity. So Lav, I don't know what I do in this position. I might let Maroon just get a little bit bigger and take some stuff, but definitely not everything. Like maybe stop the naval stuff, but you can't really hold France. I don't know. This is really tough. I don't know where you draw the line. I guess if he's the only one hitting you, you could definitely spend more on him, but I think Mint and Blue are still continuing on him. And Light Blue is a trooper, Light Blue a fighter. He's holding on. Brown continuing his assault on Lavender as well. So anytime someone gets big in this lobby, they get eaten alive by a big coalition. You got Mint, you got Blue, you got Maroon, you got Brown, and they're all just targeting the top guy. I think they all think that this guy is like, we can just split his empire between us and this is like a land grab. But I don't think that's the case because Lavender still has quite a bit of gold. Lavender's pumping units everywhere. He's taking this from Maroon. Pink actually has not hit Lavender yet. Light Blue, so Yajkama. Yajkama played really good. Look at that kill death. He did a great job with the SS and great play by Yajkama. Really liked the attempts and I like that he held on to the very end. Wish we could have seen that from Dark Knight and Minamoto. Brown over here pulling back because Lavender has all of his tanks there, I believe. And Mint and Blue are kind of stalling out on this push. If he takes his base, it might be pretty good. He still would get surrounded. He needs a little bit more to make that a better fight for himself. Yeah, and here, this is what I was saying. I think Lavender still has quite a bit of gold. So yeah, Lavender gonna wrap up that Maroon fleet. It was not a big fleet to begin with, but if you have this fleet here, a really nice play from Lav. If he has the gold, he could just start maybe moving more to island play, because no one else is gonna have the SS capacity to handle that. Gray, I think, is still friends with Lav. Lav actually saved Gray, gave him Denmark, and then gave him Spain. And yeah, so Lavender and Gray are on good terms, and he might be, I wouldn't say he's a pirate, but I would definitely say they're on good terms. This is really bad from Lav. This is the one thing that he does wrong. He just has tanks all by themselves, and they're just getting pot shots now. Look at all these craters. All those craters were just mortars driving through the tank armor, and look at how weak these tanks are. So weak right now. He needs more supporting units around his tanks. And now these guys, most of them are out of action for a little bit. He's pulling them back to Germany. He has a lot less to work with. I don't think you defend here. Like, you don't even have Ukraine. Although I guess it does kind of keep a circle, an encirclement around Brown so that he can't push in anymore. But yeah, I mean, he is fighting on lots of different fronts, and it definitely looks hard for him. Mint continuing on, and look, yeah, so Blue did actually take this, and he was able to push even further. Blue kind of he's going to get his old land back. Like, he had these lands before that first war with Lav. And Mint actually still has islands. Does he have SS? He does. He has 6 SS up here. And we'll see if Mint actually gets Russia back. So Mint and Blue being the trade partners that they were early game, that's really paid off in terms of friendship. That's why sometimes trade agreements can really be beneficial and have an ally for a long time in this game, and it's working right now for both of them. They're both trying to expand and get some land back off of Lav here. It's so funny, Brown's in the Mideast, but he's also in Russia, and he's pushing Lav all the way over here. And this isn't looking too bad for Brown. Lav isn't pumping out here. Lav needed a lot more units, and I think he's just focused on too many places all at once. He's trying to do his Navy push, he's trying to do France. Maroon definitely distracted him quite a bit here, and Brown's kind of overrunning. I think you draw the line here. Let Brown take some of this stuff if you want. This isn't really hurting you anyways, but you don't let him push any further. I don't think you want him pushing any further than Poland. And here comes Mint. Oh, I just feel so bad for Lav. He's not even really the highest top income anymore. Oh, this really sucks for him. Mint has a huge fleet. It would be nice if someone helped him out. He could really use some assistance here. And I'm not sure where Gray's navy is. I know Gray has a navy. He has some there. Where is his navy? I don't know if he is actually attacking Pink. Did he actually hit Pink on purpose? This kind of looks intentional. Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of missed this, but we have Gray versus Pink now, and this is actually really big for Lab. If Lab is a good player, he can definitely take advantage of this situation with two big guys being out like that. What he needs to do is he needs to piece someone. He could probably try to piece Brown, say Brown take Ukraine, take Romania, Moldova for peace. Then he could focus on islands. If he could consolidate islands, if he could hold against this, a lot of ifs though, right? I think Maroon is pretty low on money. He spent all of his money on those 3 SS that he lost, and so everything else is just going into what he has here. He isn't able to spend a lot more, and I think he's the person that you take advantage of, at least with all this land. And I don't know how big Lav's fleet is, but I don't think it's big enough to contest. It might be just big enough to contest Mint up here while holding this. That's a lot to do, though. It's a tall task, and I don't know if Lav has it in him. Yeah, because Lav isn't even able to hold France anymore. All right, so Pink is just really mad, and I guess like Gray's like, hey, it was great being friends with you and fighting on your team, but I'm out. I'm out. Bro, we need to have war. And it's a good play from Gray. Gray originally was trying to get the Mideast, right? So 66 turns in, maybe like 50 turns later after his first attempt, he might actually be able to get it. Lav, I think, did make peace, although he's sitting on that port. But he is moving all of his units over here, and Brown recognizes he's going to have to pull back now that Lav is able to focus over here. And yeah, I take it back, he did... Ooh, sorry, he did not make peace, but Maroon is going to continue on. This is the smart play, I think. I think if I'm Lav and I'm getting teamed this hard, if I can't peace out with someone, I go full on water and just try to do islands. Because you take out Mint's, basically all of Mint's gold. And this is a lot of income in islands, and it's a lot harder for people to team you on islands because they would all have to invest in SS and agree to finish you off. But this land defense is just not working right now. Pink is in a really unfortunate spot too because he's getting pushed up from Gray. He's out SS'd by Gray, and this is all he has now. Although it's really bizarre. I think Gray maybe tried to take this and just didn't move that close enough. So Pink is kind of all over the map, and I'm not saying that he'd be out. If you all remember, Pink is the one actually who had Switzerland, while Red had Slovenia, and they were the ones doing that cross-country fight while someone was here in Italy. It wasn't even one of them, and they were just fighting over here. So Pink has made it a long way to get to where he is today, and he's diversifying his assets. You got to really like that. He's not putting all of his eggs in one basket. So he's all over the map. If he gets killed in one spot, he still has a chance to live either here or running. He even has the generals primed and ready to run to Russia, which is really funny. So Mint actually gets North Russia here, and Blue gets all of his land back, and they're still fighting Lavender. This is just brutal for Lavender. If I'm Lavender, I like try to just say something in chat. But then sometimes people think that you're just a crybaby, and then you're just like, oh, you're just crying, you need to die. So Sometimes you're just in a lose-lose situation, and I think Lavender's in one of those situations right now. Wow, yeah, Gray just really wants Pink dead. Gray's gonna need to spend a lot more, though, if he wants to finish off Pink down there. And, like, Lav is able to win on one front, but he always loses on the other front. So Lav is the kind of guy that really just needs to be able to focus on one side. Brown's push kind of stalled out, Mint's push kind of stalled out, and Mint, wow, Mint is, again, he wants to be talked about here, y'all. Like, he is making plays that confound me, but he is making them nonetheless, and now he is hitting Maroon. So he stopped hitting Lav. Blue continues to hit Lav, so he's letting his trade partner hit Lavender, and he is now switching his target to Maroon. Kind of like that play, I think. If you're Lav, I don't like this play though. Yeah, I don't like killing Pink off here. But you are friends with Gray, and maybe doing him a little favor helps you out. Also, I think he really wants this income, but he's about to get night charged. Is this like the cavalry of Rohan here? Like, this is a lot of knights, and here they come. They are going to charge in and hit Lav. Let's see how this plays out. I really don't like the mass knight play unless it's absolutely needed to get the cities. Because you'll notice, unless you might be fans of knights, maybe not, but knights get absolutely shredded. Like, if you put the same income into just infantry, you'll have so much extra infantry after the end of that fight. Now, when knights are fighting like this in like a small group of people and having backup, they do fine. But like in this instance, they're just gonna melt, especially with Lav has this much. Although Brown is pushing quite a lot. And so the knights are doing all the tanking, but each one is like 5 gold. Now, Lav just doesn't have enough, and so the knights, they do their job, they tank it. I don't know how many he started with and how many he lost, but I'm assuming that actually turned out to be a good fight from Brown. I'm sorry for critiquing your knight play there, Brown. Other plays over here, so you got Blue pushing. Lav is now reshifting his focus yet again. See, look, he leaves one front, focuses on the other, and then what happens, right? And Mint here, trying to get islands himself. Whoever can just get all the islands is in a great spot, I feel like. Islands have been split this whole game. Ooh, we're missing a big fight down here. So, this is a tough push from Gray's perspective. When you only have this port, this port, you're pushing in a really bad spot. He can build from 3 barracks, and like if he's actually smart, he would keep these off the coast, so your SS don't really come into play, and you just can't build fast enough, especially if he has a standing army here. And look, like you kind of get encircled, you'll have towers hitting you, so this is definitely a very expensive push from Gray. And I don't know if Brown meant to, but Brown's actually continuing on. Maybe he sees free income. And if you remember, Brown actually was the Macedonian owner. So he's the guy that owned Macedonia, and he kind of fought with Jazarn early on. Or maybe, no, it was Wombat. He fought with Wombat. And then he ran and he got safe haven up here. Now look where Brown is. So Brown's kind of been all over the world here. And he's just expanding at a rapid pace, getting some free land from Gray and pushing up from a better position into Lav. I feel so bad for Lav here. Lav is just, again, he keeps moving his troops back and forth, and he can't focus on one spot. Kind of helped him, though, that Mint is actually up here fighting Maroon. Mint's going to spend a lot of money trying to take Greenland if Maroon keeps spending up there. But yeah, Brown is going to surround this tank army. You got to get out of there before it's completely surrounded. I think he makes it out just in time. He noticed it just in time. If this basin had some troops here with Brown, Lav would have lost 100 gold in those 4 tanks. And Gray actually made this a lot better. I kind of missed how he did it. Maybe he just overwhelmed him with the sheer quantity of troops, and Pink couldn't pump out enough units. But yeah, Pink is already looking at possibly running away here. He still has this, and this is actually hard to push, especially with 3 tanks. And Brown's kind of merciless. Brown isn't going to let Lavender just have any time to collect himself. Lavender is still fighting with Blue. And now he has to deal with a big Brown. Brown, top income in the lobby. Again, guy who just had Macedonia, who ran to Moscow as a pirate. Now top income in this lobby. And that is just kind of crazy. That shows you what can happen in a risk game. That is why sometimes persevering hangs on. That's why, like, if you can just like rat yourself away and just scurry on to a new home and find a master and just serve them for a while, earn some favors, like it can work out for you, and you can go from having just 4 income all the way to 61 income in a game. You can go from last place and struggling to survive to top income. Now here's the question though. We've seen what happens to the top income players in this lobby. They get teamed to death. So it's still happening to Lab, and he's not even top income anymore. We already watched it happen to Dark Knight. Dark Knight played so well too. Pink running away here. Kind of funny. He's running all those troops across Russia, but he still has this here. And Maroon doesn't want to give up Greenland. So Maroon does have Africa, but he wants to make Greenland pretty expensive to take. And I think that's okay. That's not the worst decision. Like, I feel like the problem is you're gonna lose it eventually. And if you just give this to Mint now, like, you save yourself income. And I don't think Mint's gonna chase you. I don't think Mint and Maroon have that kind of animosity towards each other. Blue here, oh yeah, like cutting the 8 income down there, pushing this from behind. Just Lav. Lav is just in a bad spot, you know? And Gray, I think this is just an army that's still chasing. I don't think he's actually trying to fight Brown. I could be wrong. Pretty sure this is just spawn issues. Lavender's good enough to notice this and not to give up these bases. He needs to make a little bit here as well. He doesn't want to give a foothold in France. It kind of looks like he might miss out on this. Yeah. So Blue now has a foothold in France. I don't think it really matters too much for Lav though, especially if these two continue on. He loses that tank there. Brown has his tank trapped on this. He might lose it, but yeah, he's kind of sandwiched now between 2 great powers. Poor Lav indeed. So Mint was the one that kind of jumped on the train and hit Lav, but Mint has standards. Mint is not gonna just completely kill you based on a team. He'll just do the initial teaming, and then when he realizes he got enough out of it and that you're losing, he'll be like, all right, we're good. So Mint's the kind of player that could make a game go on for like 2 hours, because he'll never finish someone off with the teaming. And I feel like we've seen it, like even like Cole, like they hold those grudges when you team them, and so you do just need to finish them off sometimes. In this case, if you're Blue and Brown, you absolutely have to finish Lav off, especially if you're Brown, because if you let Lavender live and you're sitting at the income that you're at and you get hit, Lavender is going to take that opportunity to hit you, and he's going to try to take back his land, but he's not going to forget. And this is a really good play, I think, from Gray. So if he can start taking some easy land off of Brown, he has position on Brown over there. He really needs us to finish Pink off, though. Because if he can get the whole Middle East, like especially all the Pink stuff, and push Brown out of this, that would be really nice for him to have this whole corner. He could even, like if he's worried about the income differential, he could give up some of these lands. But we'll see what happens. Pink is building a lot of tanks here, and I don't think Gray's going to have the stomach to take care of this right now. Mint did wrap up Maroon over here. Maroon still has his little 5 gold chip that he made like at turn 10. And I was wrong, so Mint is going to continue on against the Maroon down here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very expensive for Mint. If you look at all of these like Marine generals that he has right here, they're like 5 gold each. And even then, like if Maroon has money, this is not going to be enough. So we'll see what happens here, because he's going to take this, and if Maroon actually loses this, then he's sandwiched and he's dead. This is probably why I would not have spent up here. It's actually a lot better of a fight to hold down here. Since Mint doesn't have the ability to push from the north here, Maroon can hold this probably for forever if he has just a little bit of gold. And he can hold this for forever as well. I don't think Maroon realizes it, but you can actually hold this base and make it almost impossible for Mint to take it. SS can't really range this base if your troops are from the tower to the left around here. But since he gave that up, now what Mint can do is he can cut trees and he can support with SS, and he can push from the top down here, and he doesn't have to funnel his troops into this tiny little base. But regardless, that's what he's going to do. And here, this is the same thing with the Knight push. Like, look at you, these guys are more luminescent though, and so you can see when they die, it's a lot easier. But like, he just lost probably like 60 gold in the matter of seconds. And yeah, like they tanked for a little bit, but it was not enough. Like the value there was just not that great. Like those marine guys can be useful in certain situations, but when you're pushing into a wall of infantry that are also roared and that also have mortars behind them, that's not a good play. And this is what I was talking about though, like Maroon also making his fair share of bad plays. He should never have given up this city base. Now he can make mortars, he can make all the infantry combinations that he wants here. He can cut trees, he can just get a full surround if he wants to, if he spends enough down there. And that's going to suck for Maroon because he really could have held on to this for forever. So Lavender still holds on. This is given to Lavender. He has Sicily. And Brown is actually now hitting Gray from a really bad spot. Brown is very brave. We've seen him hit from disadvantaged positions before. And I don't even think that's a word. And he's pushing from the top down now, and Gray recognizes it too. Getting that base is okay for Brown, but Gray still has quite the line of defense here. And Gray also has SS, and that's the underrated thing about this. If you don't have naval superiority, like he can park his SS here, hold these bottom forts. Although Gray, I don't think he's actually wanting to do that, or maybe he's just waiting for the SS to arrive. We'll keep an eye on that here. And Pink looking to snipe some land off of Gray as he can. This is why, if you're Gray, you really had to finish off Pink. Pink is just going to be a thorn in your side now. And we'll see how good Gray is. So Gray's going to have huge naval superiority. If you're Brown, oh man, I don't know. I mean, if you're Brown, this is just tough all around to deal with. Honestly, it might be best to make your own fleet. I don't know the gold situation though. I'm assuming Gray has a lot of gold, so making a fleet would probably be not ideal. Also, look at the trade partners going on right now. So you got Mint at 50 and you got Blue at 45. So their trade alliance has really paid off for them. And they continue to own all the really lucrative trade lands here in Russia and Sweden and Norway. Like all this is paid off. So they're still holding strong. And Blue, this is what I said. This is a good play from Blue. You can't let the guy that you were teaming to death live, because you can't risk it. So I would have watched this battle more, but the second Mint lost this city, or Maroon lost that city, it was pretty much over. So I guess we're going to find out who Maroon is. We actually might be losing 2 players here in the span of a few minutes. We have Lavender still trying to hang on here, and Maroon doing his best, pumping out stuff, but they're just going to instantly die as they spawn. Gray mass evacuating from Russia. Pink and Brown have a very good friendship. They are basically the Orange and Light Blue. They're Orange and Light Blue 2.0. So Pink and Brown hitting Gray at the moment. We'll see if Pink continues on. Pink has a lot of tanks, and Gray cannot defend that, I don't think. This is a great defensive line, but I don't think Gray has the money or the ability to handle 2 fronts like that. And yeah, he's just going to get this sniped. He's going to lose a lot of land here. Did Lavender die? No, Lavender is actually, he's hanging on, and I'm trying to follow it around the map. So, is Mint targeting Blue on purpose? Or is this an accident here? Mint, oh, we might have a little trade dispute. I think Mint was actually trying to help Lavender live, because he feels bad. And Mint says Lav wants to live. Oh, this could be the end of our trade alliance. We'll have to continue watching that, but I want to kind of see this as well. Yeah, look, Blue with the ... That's when you know they're serious. 4 dots, they're very serious. That is a disappointed Blue. Oh, and Mint is taunting his trade partner. Kill me! Oh, you don't... This is horrible for anyone who loved their budding relationship. It looks like it's crumbling before our very eyes. Oh, Pirate King was Maroon. Pirate King, you played very good. Good job. Good plays to Maroon. Could have held on Africa a little bit better. Maybe not spent in Greenland, but overall, solid play. You are the reason, I believe, that a lot of this happened over here with like coal dying and lots of coalition teaming over there. So, you, 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 did your job as part of the coalition. And Gray, I keep saying that, but Gray actually made tanks of his own. And he has a little bit less than Pink, but he has a way better spot, and he has SS. This would be a really hard fight for Pink to push into. Brown pulled back there, and I think Brown just pulled back in general. I don't know if there's going to be a piece now. Doesn't seem like it, though, because Brown just did the knight. Brown really likes his knights. He's going to lose all this 20 gold, or I don't know what this gets you by having this base, but he does like making knights. Wow, all right. So I think blue kind of wins out with this trade dispute, and he now completely envelops Lavender. And Lavender is in a little cocoon right now between Mint's lands. And he is being protected by the hungry shark of blue. So we'll see if blue resents Mint for that, and if blue ends up hitting Mint. And Lavender says, why you like this, Mint? So, oh no. Oh no. Wait. Wait. Oh, please. Please don't do this, Mint. This is a protection force, right? Yes, this is just a protection force. Just tell him it's a protection force. Did you really cocoon him and make him feel safe only to kill him off with generals? Oh, if we see movement down there, we have to go back. Yeah, Pink realizes he can't do anything there. Brown did get the bottom base, but he's going to be fully surrounded there. And there's just a lot of Brown and Gray fighting going on. I really like that. Brown's kind of out-incomed and out-positioned. He does have this, though. And he's telling someone to take Central Russia. I don't know who he's talking to. Mint just has so much money that he's just spending hundreds of gold on the protection of Lavender. You can look at it as a prison sentences for your Lavender, or you can look at it as you're being allowed to live and I'm protecting you, and it's a peace force. So we'll see. If you cut any trees, you're dead, light blue. Light blue is already dead. I think he means Lav. Yeah, so, oh, okay, so Mint is officially imprisoning Lavender. Okay. Ooh, shoving the tanks in here is a risky play, getting hit by 2 towers and a lot of units. And that did not work out for Pink. You have quite a few weak tanks now. Gray was able to take Syria, and this is what I was saying. Like, if Gray can get all the Mid-East, he'll be in such a good position to win this game. And it's going to be hard to take this from Pink, but if you have this, like, you can kind of smush Pink between the East and the West. And if you're Mint, I mean, you could just cut trees here, or like just take this top base. Like, you need both of these bases. You can't push this without this. And if you have Lebanon here, so you'll have Syria, this Lebanon base, and this, and you can build from all these barracks, and you'll have like a kind of a circle, and then you can put the SS over here just in case Brown troops kind of like come out this way. But you almost guarantee an encirclement of Brown. But it is a big investment, and I don't know if he's going to do it. Brown actually ceased fighting up here, so they kind of like were like, all right, we're drawing the lines. We're only going to fight in the Mideast now, which is kind of funny on both of their parts, because that's a lot of units to not even be using. On both sides, they're not pushing or anything here. They're just both dedicated to the Mideast fight. And Pink is just trying to snipe this city. He does get it. I'm just trying to figure out if Gray actually lost all of his tanks here. Gray might have lost his tanks unless he moved them somewhere else. Kind of looks like it. Pink kept his weak ones alive, but Gray lost his. And I'm not sure how. Surely they are somewhere else, but my blind caster eyes can only see so much. Alright, so we got the prison sentence. I don't know what this was from Gray, but he's gonna lose these. Did Gray run his tanks from here up there, or did he just make these? Very bizarre situations happening. Interesting plays all around from Gray. He makes some good stuff happen, and then he definitely makes a lot of bad things happen, like that. Losing an SS to this, he might lose another one too. I tell you what, y'all, like, artillery are just very strong. Like, if you ever are in an outpositioned and they only have navy, and you have the chance to like have land and they're trying to do an invasion, you can push SS away with just a few artillery. Like, they just shred the SS. So Gray losing in the Mideast and losing over here in Russia, but winning pretty decisively in Europe. Problem is, Europe is not where you want to be winning, because the position is going to be from the Mideast. You always want to be pushing from the bottom of the map up, and preferably from the left of the map to the right, because you have these towers here and it's always easier to push where the towers are behind the base, whereas if you're pushing in front, the towers are kind of like more of a defensive blockade, blocking you from that push, right? And it just is overall easier to push. Like, look how open it is to push from this angle versus like if you're here trying to push down into this, like you got forest, you got towers, like it's just so much harder. So Gray, yeah, he's gonna take the middle of the map, but he's not taking what really matters here, and that's the Mid East. And the reason for that too is like he's not able to push from this. Like he isn't finishing pink off in Egypt and Libya, which I just don't get that move. I feel like if you're Gray, you finish pink off down here. Who cares about Russia? It's fine. Like you don't need that anyways. You don't need all this anyways either. Like you really need all this. That's the juicy stuff. Pink's gonna continue on. Lav is just talking away, trying to entertain himself while he's in virtual jail, and everyone else just kind of sitting. I could not put a finger on who's gonna win this game. Like if I had to guess who's gonna win right now, whew, if I had to put money on it, I think I would lose a lot of money. Because I don't think I would guess right. But like right at this very moment, like if we all had to guess, like let's just try to guess, okay? So you have Gray in the middle of Europe. He kind of ran away, had some 2v1 situations against him. Like he's fought pretty well all game. His kill death isn't the worst in the world, but he's in a not the best position. You got Mint, who has the time to make a virtual jail and it's kind of just being funny. Doesn't want to team a guy to death. Who just we've only really seen Mint jump in when I mean, I wouldn't even say beneficial, but when someone else is fighting, he just kind of jumps in, right? And then we have his trade partner Blue, who has lost quite a few wars and has won only because I think he was saved by multiple people, and only has the land he has now because of Brown attacking Lavender. I mean, out of all these people, I kind of want to say that Brown is probably the best one, but Brown only has 34 income, and his ally has a bit more, but Brown's not in the best spot either. So, full circle. If I had to guess who wins this game, whew, man, I don't even, I guess we're going to go Brown. We're just going to say Brown wins this game. Underdog, 32 income, but he has a teammate. He has a partner. He has some Middle East plays. He has a decent kill death. I don't know. Probably has like the worst kill death actually. Whew. Uh, let's just hope it wasn't a lot of money that I bet. All right, so Brown is going to continue the fight on with Gray as Gray continues to fight on with Brown. Gray's smart enough to know how to push Ukraine, which, I mean, doesn't even matter, right? Like, this army right here is really trapped from Brown. Oh, man, I'm already regretting my decision. I should have stalled on the commentating a little bit longer to make a decision here, eh? Wow, pathetic worm. Who is Mint talking to? Is Mint talking to Lav and Lav talking to putting people who praise you in jail for their safety. oh, oh, this is hilarious. Oh my god. Lavender's actually mad that he's in jail. I don't want you to die. So the gaslighting between Mint and the fact that Lavender is actually mad that he's in jail right now. This is everything that I love about Risk. The drama in this game is so funny. Oh my goodness. Send in the Knights, and Blue is like, finish what I started. Finish him off. Send in the Knights. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Wow. I actually teared up from laughing a little too hard at that. I hope I'm not the only one that finds that so funny. Great. Everyone's just liking these Marine pushes. Maybe I'm like the one that's overlooking Marine generals, but or just Knights in general. But like they're just dying. Like you're just wasting. This is a lot of roars here. Interesting. I think that. So I have never really guessed. Maybe someone who knows can leave it in the comment. But I think roars, like they have like heat-seeking missiles. And so like if you build like generals or knights and stuff, like roars are like the counter to that, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, because I would love to know. I've seen this happen a few times, but I've mostly seen it happen against generals. And from my guess, it looks like it's because these roars have like a heat-seeking magic missile that targets the generals around. I would love to know more behind that. Maybe I can add that to my strategy. everyone knows I'm lacking strategy in this game. If you see any of my gameplay, it's not a thing to be proud of. So Pink with some weak tanks here hasn't actually finished taking Turkey. I don't know if it's because Gray won't let him. Gray's being smart though. I think he's just trying to wrap up one front at a time. I wish the front he would have wrapped up was the Mid East instead of Central Europe. He's getting to that breaking point though. We got 80 cities with 82 income, and he looks like he has a lot of land, right? So I don't know what's gonna happen with him. If he's going to get teamed to death or not. He definitely did not cut enough trees, and if Brown wants to defend this, he can definitely farm some kills off of Gray here. Maybe make me feel a little bit more confident about my pick for winning the game, Brown. Let's see. So Blue's just kind of sitting still. And Mint's just kind of sitting and talking. What did he say here? It's a wild wasteland now, and you cannot escape fate. Mint's just having a blast role playing. And Gray and Brown are the only ones really doing any action right now. We need to get this lobby going, but you know, this is what happens when you do the non-tournament rules. So, I mean, we're already at like the 93-minute mark. This game could go on for another 93 minutes. It could be wrapped up here in 5 minutes. I really doubt that. But it's really just going to come down to whoever can finally make that push. This actually might become a game of attrition. Like, whoever has it in them to last the longest, we'll just see like who it has the time on their hands to last the longest. And that goes for me too. Like, you got to think about it. Like, from a caster perspective, I'm in this and I have no control over what happens. My fate and your fate as a viewer, we're stuck in their hands right now, the players' hands. So we're gonna see how long we can go. I'm hoping that someone starts making some winning plays here. They're just sitting on lots of gold. Like Blue and Mint, you know, these trade partners who have had their disagreements, they have a lot of gold, as they have done not too much as of late. And Lavender has the most kills in this lobby by far, and he's in prison. So, it's so unfortunate for Lav that he got in prison. Nothing going on down here, so we have some fighting up here. Still happening. Back and forth between Brown and Gray. Interesting, interesting. Alright. Well, Pink is continuing the fight. It's been Pink and Brown versus Gray, but it hasn't really been a full-scale war. I feel like this has just been like very small-scale stuff that's going on. Well, that is a lot of troops to drop. He pre-built a lot of troops here because he really wants to overwhelm this base. But he's doing it all wrong. He really just needs to push this. And this is hard to push, I understand. But I think this is just as hard. Unless Brown doesn't recognize. If Brown loses this base, that's going to be tragic for Brown. Oh no. If Gray's smart, this is his opportunity. This is a huge opportunity. He needs to full spend here and from this base. This is a way better situation for him to take Pink out of Egypt and Libya as well. Pink realizes this and he's going to try to fully surround it. If Pink actually didn't fully surround this base here, Gray would be in a great spot. Gray just needs to I think you just have to spend. Now is the time to spend. Brown is on the back foot, it looks like. Brown actually doing some friendly fire against Pink here. Brown's on the back foot. And getting that base was a huge snipe as well. Don't lose that base, though. Yep, you just now need to pump. The only thing he should be looking at is right here. Because now he'll have Central Mid-East, and he can push up and he can push down. Pink is in huge trouble because Brown let this happen. I think Brown kind of ran out of gold. Or his attention was just elsewhere. Oh, and Brown did not run out of gold. His attention was just elsewhere. He just pumped out like 3 or 4 more tanks. That's like 75 to 100 gold right there. He still has this hanging on. This is really good for Gray, though. The problem is, like, Blue and Mint have just been holding on to money. And Gray has been fighting a team, like, all game, it feels like. And I feel like even if he wins against this team, he's going to go up against the final boss, and that's going to be Mint and Blue. Now Blue is saying stuff to Mint. And Blue is saying that Mint's hurting his feelings. So, I mean, the best thing that could happen for Gray right now is if they they fight each other. If Mint and Blue fight each other. And now we just kind of have bickering. So lots of bickering going on. I think they've been going at this for like 10 minutes now. Just talk. This is what will happen sometimes. People get a little too into their feels with this game. Mint's trying to play the I'm detached from this card and like this doesn't bother me. But Lavender is, I think Lavender's kind of getting under his skin. Alright, so back to actual game stuff and less drama. We have, although I know everyone plays this game for the drama. If you're like me, you love the drama in this game. Gray could finish up this pretty quickly. Pink, did he transport? I think in this armor transport is his tanks, because he had tanks down here. Or he somehow, I don't know. Maybe he already transported them? He probably already transported them, because he wouldn't just leave them sitting there like that. Wow, Brown actually, with the spending on tanks here, Gray is not spending enough. Gray has 88 income. Like, you spend everything down here if you're Gray in this position. Like, you cannot, like, you just spent all that time getting this. This is such a hard spot to take. You finally spent all that time getting this, you get it, and then you're just gonna lose it to a reverse push. And your attention isn't really elsewhere. Like, yeah, maybe right here, but if you're Gray, that's not where your attention should be. Oh, this is so painful. This is just like, what are you doing, Gray? Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't bet my money on Gray, because yeah, he's got 85 income and he's a little positive in the KD, but he's not making smart plays. Once you have this right here, you just full spend and finish off Brown. Brown's almost dead, and now he has a chance to be back in this game again with the same land that you just spent all that time fighting for. And Blue is talking to who? Give me SS kill. Gray says take. Okay. Yeah, Brown's back in the game. Brown at 13 income with the original land. He did lose all this up here. And I just kind of want Lavender to get out of this jail now and just finish him. We need them focused on fighting, not on talking. Oh, man. Alright, so Brown... I mean, why are they... Brown... The guy I put money on doesn't realize he still needed one more base. Oh, and now Gray decides it's time to spend? No, 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 no. What are you doing, Gray? And this is like a full knight charge. I mean, here's for everyone who wanted to see what I was talking about with knights. Yeah, look, I think roars are the anti-cav unit, as they're just melting these knights away. And Gray was a little positive in KD, and I think he's losing heavily here. And Pink isn't even spending more than what he spent. Like, he spent a little bit here, but... Woo! Now Gray's full spends. That just doesn't make sense to me. And Pink is saying, Brown, help with the Mideast. Like, yeah, there's one base that you could have taken, Brown. And so Gray now pushing into Russia. Okay. All that's gonna die, though. He's holding a turkey port. Yeah, Brown finally coming back. How did he get in there? He was always there. Maybe Brown's just blind. Maybe Gray kind of like blends in. Oh, and the prison sentence is over. I don't know who started what. I would assume Mint came in. But this is actually a fitting end to one of the players. He played very good. We're going to find out who Lavender is. He was teamed to death. He was given Sanctuary, but he looked at it as a jail sentence. And that's how he's going to die, I think. Although he did build a lot of generals and Mint did not. What's Mint doing? Mint's trying to say that he is the good guy. And I don't know. Maybe Lav takes this from Mint? Does Mint give this to Lav? Oh, interesting. I think Lav is just kind of getting stir crazy. He's had enough of the prison sentence. Oh my gosh, Gray, this is so painful. You had all of this, all of it, and you had the chance to push both sides from a better position. And now you're spending hundreds and hundreds of gold. Look at your kill death just dwindling. You were positive before all this, and now look at this. This is a great lesson for anyone here. Like, once you get that position, and then like he even had these bases, you could just hold one side while finishing off brown. Then you could finish off pink. But you're just getting melted. Like, your units are melting right now. All right, so blue's making a movement, but I think blue is coming here to finish off Lav. Blue has one goal, one thing on his mind, and that is the death of Lavender. And Gray just can't multitask. Gray's getting hit in Russia. He's trying to do an SS battle here against, I don't know why Brown pumped out 2 SS. Brown did this successfully once against Cole. He rallied the whole of Europe against Cole, and it worked. Gray also helped him with that, if you remember. But now Brown, I don't know if it's gonna work this time around. Because Mint and Blue have been really focused on Lav. They're in like this awkward threesome. And I think finally it's going to end though. I think Blue is finally going to get what he wants out of this. Yeah, Gray's just so slow on making some decisions. And Brown, feel like I should not have chosen Brown to win this game. Really bad casting decision on my part. But he is alive. He's sitting at 21 income. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a way Gray can win now. Because Mint and Blue just have so much money, and all they've done is sat. I feel like once Lav dies, though, the situation picks up a little bit. Because we just need them to make some moves, you know? We need them to do something. I guarantee they gotta have, like, they have at least 1K, probably, like, almost 2K. Like, this is a lot of turns. 50 to... They're probably over 2K, honestly. I think. I wish I could see their gold. I can't. But yeah, so Lav is going to try to run. He's kind of trapped here. I don't think Mint lets him run. He's going to give Blue the satisfaction. It was like teasing Blue all this time with all the build-up, and now Blue's finally going to be able to release all over Lav as Lav dies. And yeah, this is going to be the end. He's still typing and trying to hang on. Lav doesn't want his name shown. He wants to hold on as long as possible. Gray just making the slowest moves in the history of moves. Gray cannot push them. Like, I think we've established now that Pink and Brown are perfectly safe just defending. Gray had his one chance and he completely ruined it. Like, absolutely ruined it. And now Brown's ready. Brown doesn't have the distraction in Russia. Brown's just able to focus on this. I say that as Gray spends a lot on tanks and he's going to pump a lot more money. Oh, just think of how much money he spent doing this all over again when he already had won this. He spent 500 plus gold doing this all over again. Probably more if you count like all this stuff here. And he's already done this push once. Brown actually has almost equal tanks, but Brown's tanks are positioned on the wrong side here. Where's Lavender at? Lavender has a transport. That's funny. Lavender has a transport, skirting around. Yeah, this just really sucks for Brown because of the positioning. He's target firing the tanks. He is making it expensive for Gray, although great move by Gray pulling back. We've seen some bad plays by Gray, but that was really good, and it drew 2 of Brown's units here. So Holy Sausage played pretty good, but yeah, he ended up dying. He got sick of prison, and lots of talking between him, Mint, and Blue. I'm sure he's going to want to stick around and figure out who those 2 players are. So Gray actually not losing any of his tanks, which I'm kind of surprised. He did a great job pulling back, so that investment is not a waste. He still has this income now in units that he can now use. And I think this is finally going to be the end for Brown. This should have happened like 15 turns ago, but it's going to happen now at least. And Brown is saying like, hey, it's over. Gray's going to win. I don't think Gray wins, because if Blue and Mint team him, he's definitely dead. He's not going to be good enough to kill Blue or Mint. Blue or Mint are probably one of the ones who wins, and that should have been my original caster guess. Yeah, they're saying that he has too much money, which is definitely the case. They did a good job holding on as long as they could. Mint is just Lavender really got under Mint's skin. I don't know who Mint is, but if I'm Holy Sausage and I'm watching this video and I see this, like I'm laughing. Like if I'm seeing all the chats, like Holy Sausage really hurt Mint's feelings. So yeah, if you're Mint, you're traumatized by whatever Holy Sausage was saying to you. All right, so yeah, now Gray has a better position to push up into Turkey. And let's see. Oh my goodness. This is the long game. I'm sorry for all the viewers at home. I don't know if you like the longer games or shorter games, but this tends to happen, especially if you're in an NA lobby, and I think a lot of these players might have been NA players. When some of the good guys like Minamoto and Dark Knight and stuff like that, when they get out of the game, these games can drag on for a long time. Like this is actually your typical risk game. Like it's the FFA tournaments, like usually you'll have like nonstop action, big players fighting, or like they'll be super fast, right? But like a risk lobby normally goes on for like a long time. Like if you want to win a risk lobby, you got to be committed for the time, and it just comes down to a matter of willpower at some point. Like especially now, like look at this. It's gonna be who has the willpower to stay in this game the longest. So Blue and Mint finally, with Lav out of the way, with Gray looking like he's going to beat them, they finally come rolling in. And what did I tell you? Like, I swear this might be half of what Mint has. They have to have like 2k plus each. They both come teaming Gray. This trade alliance, while it did look like it was going to falter at some point because of Holy Sausage, who Holy Sausage almost single-handedly broke up the strongest alliance that we've seen in this game so far. It did prevail. Their trade alliance prevailed, and here they go. And this is where, if you're just Gray, this is where you FF, I think. You fight nonstop. You're doing the team nonstop. You get up to the 5,300 kill mark. These guys have half of that. You can't fight this. Like, Brown is still alive too and hitting you. Like, this is just over for Gray. The only hope is that Blue or Mint somehow eventually turn on each other before you're finished. But yeah, even at top income with 62, Blue and Mint have just sat for so long that they just have way more gold than you could possibly muster. And even if you have a good position, it doesn't matter just by the sheer quantity of gold. I'm surprised Holy Sausage hasn't been STFU'd yet, actually. Oh, well, Caster cursed Holy Sausage. I'm so sorry. But look, I mean, when someone does this to you, you know that you're under their skin. So Mint seems like a fragile man, maybe a fragile boy. I cannot wait to see who Mint is after this game, because Mint seems to be very easily shaken. And let's see, actually, who do we still have left in this lobby? All right, so we have Pamuffle, Monkey, Blyat, Dirikin, Kenji, and the Ultimate. So I've heard of everyone except for this Monkey guy. I'm kind of leaning towards Dirikin being Mint just by the fact that he seems very childish and easily ruffled. So we'll see if my theory is correct. Although, I don't know. We have some other players who are known to be drama kings and queens in this community, in this lobby. So we'll see who everyone is at the end. That's one of the main things. I mean, you got to stick it out now just to see who these players are, right? We got to know who these players are. So Blue and Mint are going to meet halfway, splitting up this land. This alliance has to crumble eventually. Like, someone has to walk away as a victor. Gray says I'm scared. But yeah, I mean, like, you can hold this, I guess, and I don't know. Oh no. Is Pink talking to Gray? Oh, I think he's talking to Gray. Pink is mad, man. Pink is really mad. This game has been all about the drama. This is the drama game. Everyone is so mad at each other and butthurt. Gray got knocked out instantly. Yeah, he's so bad. Look, Pink and Brown are like taking a victory lap and stepping on Gray's dead body as he gets hit. This is not Gray's fault. Like, there's nothing Gray can do about Blue and Mint just storming him. He spent all his gold trying to kill Brown and Pink, and yeah, like he could have done it better, but he was successful. But yeah, so Brown and Pink just furious and so mad at Gray. Mint and Blue hate Lav, but they're just, oh, this is so funny. This game is the epitome of uh, risk lobbies. Like, this is pretty much what I experience anytime I log into a risk game. You get this kind of drama. You get just kind of, just this kind of, what do you want to call it? I guess just drama. It's just drama, I guess. Like, this is like the male equivalent for like when females like watch their like reality TV shows. This is what men do. They get in a risk game, they kill each other with tanks, and then they say horrible things to each other, and they get mad. Like, this is our version of reality TV right here, and it's playing out right before our eyes. Yeah, here's the funny thing. Like, Gray's like, oh, I saved my whole bank for this. That's like half of Blue's bank. Blue's just like, oh, what? You got that? That's it? Here, let me give you this. Yeah, and so Kenji, good fights, Kenji. I guess you did have plenty of tanks here. I'm glad that you finally spent. But yeah, you're out of here. No fault of your own. Blue and Mint definitely teamed the crap out of you. You had no chance. So Pink is probably just gonna forfeit now, just because he knows he can't win, and his goal is just to kill Gray. This actually could be the first time you all see this, so this lobby might just disband at this point. No one actually that's left really cares about winning. Yeah, there you see. So Pamuffle, he's out. Pink's gone. Gray died. That was Pamuffle's goal. Sometimes the risk game isn't even about winning. It's just like you have individual goals that come from the storylines developing within the game itself. I don't know if what's going to happen here. Pamuffle didn't really care. Mint mentioned that he might just forfeit as well. We'll see, though, because Brown is now hitting Blue. And if Mint does care about getting an FFA win, then he will actually hit Blue right now as well. Like, this would be a good time. And then he actually says, Brown, do you want the win? And this is just how sometimes these games will play out. Brown says, no, I don't care about the win. Again, what do you get for winning? As far as my knowledge, there's no like elo rating or like secret like thing that's tracking who wins what. So you just get a participation trophy, I guess, whether you win or lose. I guess you get the satisfaction of stomping on your competitors, especially when those people are the ones that have kind of annoyed you throughout the game. Alright, so let's see, what's this say? What if we all forfeit at the same time and whoever gets it, gets it? We can go on the turn timer. And yeah, so Pink's just saying that we all won this lobby. I feel like the biggest losers are the viewers and myself. And so Monkey Bayat. Monkey Bayat is the winner here. Brown was actually Deerkin. The ultimate was the one who got really hurt by Holy Sausage. And yeah, this is it, I guess. I don't think Blue even wanted the win. He said, "What the fuck? Like, why did I win this?" They're gonna try to find Kenji again. I think that they all feel like victors in this scenario, but really, I think we all were losers having to watch something like this. The games that end this way are the absolute worst. But hey, if you stuck around to the end, congrats, you're a trooper. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.